So the iPhone 8 is pretty much the oldest supported iPhone right now on iOS 16. And there's a chance it may not basically be supported anymore on iOS 17. Who knows? We're going to find out literally tomorrow. But I want to kind of wrap up the iPhone 8's kind of longevity and basically how it's been holding up on iOS 16 and where it stands now on iOS 16.5 and even the betas of 16.6. Now, I will definitely tell you, so far, iOS 16 has been a work in progress. I think Apple's done a pretty good job at improving the landscape of iOS and kind of making this iPhone a little bit better in that specific standpoint. So I think that's always a cool thing, and I've always loved that from Apple. They've been making these phones so much better on iOS, and I think now with iOS 16 having almost a 82% adoption rate for all iPhones, it's actually quite insane if you ask me. So that in and of itself is a really, really cool thing. Now, on top of that, I also do look at a phone like the iPhone 8, and I still think even on the latest betas and latest software versions that I've installed on it, it's been a pretty interesting ride. I think it's definitely been a work in progress. And for some reason, I don't know why I haven't screenshotted anything since iOS 15 on this phone. That doesn't really make any sense to me. As you can see, I am on iOS 16. But regardless, I still look at a phone like this, and I do think 16.5, 16.6, they have gotten a lot better. So keep that in mind. There's still a little bit of issues here and there some people are having, things like battery life issues and different things like that. But the main question at hand, and the biggest thing I would say a lot of people are kind of intrigued by, is if iOS 17 is supported on this iPhone. Now, if we take a look at basically the kind of like the future of iOS 17, the betas and everything that come out, the first iOS 17 beta that's about to come out is probably going to come out Monday. So June 5th, that's when the first beta is coming out. If you're watching this in the future, I would not recommend installing any beta on this phone until never. I would never recommend installing a beta on your personal phone. If this is your personal iPhone, do not install a beta. If this is a side iPhone, then by all means you can install the first beta. Who cares if it breaks your phone? It doesn't matter. You can just, factory reset it or whatever. But if this is your personal phone, do not install a beta. On top of that, another big thing is basically if you scroll through, right, we're not going to be getting the official version of iOS 17 probably until September. So September is probably going to be when we get that official version of iOS 17. So because of that, I would now recommend installing iOS 17 until we are in the official version of software. So that's kind of looking forward. My personal preference is I would recommend installing it probably around November. So when November comes around, I'd probably recommend installing that version of software then. But even then, you still have forever to install that version of software on your device. So that's pretty much how I see it. So far, like I said, 16 has been pretty solid. It's been getting better and better, and iOS 17 is right around the corner, so I wouldn't recommend installing that yet. Wait until it officially comes out in September and install it then at the earliest, and maybe you can install it in November when I'm probably going to install it. So that pretty much covers it up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.